Another long night. Same city, same shadows. But something's different tonight. People are going missing. No traces, no leads, just gone. I've chased every clue, checked every corner, and still, I only found dead end after dead end. I don't know where they are. I don't even know where to start. But sitting here won't solve a thing. Maybe the streets will tell me what the clues couldn't. What?
Oh, hi.
Who are you?
I'm you, but without the trench coat and the hat.
I had questions on where I was.
Why are you talking in past tense? Anyways, this might explain some things. The Backrooms. It's an endless liminal space where most people get nostalgia, paranoia, and a lot of the time, scared. And because Halloween is just around the corner, that's exactly what I need to give my friends a little surprise. So I decided that I'll be making my own version of the Backrooms without any mods, data packs, or resource packs, just command blocks. Did I manage to do it? I don't know, maybe. So the Backrooms originates from a 2019 4chan post, and it's basically an endless liminal space which makes people feel uneasy or paranoid. But before I add any entities or features to my version of it, I first need a physical structure. Now, if you didn't know, the Backrooms isn't just a repeating pattern, meaning to achieve the same effect from my version of it, I'm gonna need procedural generation. Now, procedural generation is basically an algorithm that makes it so instead of me having to build the entire thing myself, which would take ages, I can build a couple rooms and the algorithm will randomly place it for me. For now, I decided to go with a grid pattern as this is the easiest for me to use and add rooms to. So after building a couple placeholder rooms, I needed a way to actually generate them. The way I did this is I would summon an armor stand with a randomized tag which checks if there are any red wool blocks for each direction. If there isn't a red wool, it summons a duplicate armor stand at the location of where the red wool would have been, that sets its own block to a red wool and kills itself. But before it kills itself, we can place a room based on the randomized tag. And there we go, now we have procedural generation. If I actually assign rooms to these, as you can see, I can recreate the original Backrooms, but obviously we're not gonna do this. Anyways, now that we have procedural generation, it's time to actually think of some ideas for my version of the Backrooms. And after brainstorming a bit with my friend Melon, I finally had a clear picture of what I wanted. You see, at the start of the video, I only wanted to make one level, but I realized if I really want to scare my friends, that's just not gonna cut it. So instead, I'm gonna make 4. The reason for this is because I thought of the idea of basing each level off of an aspect of what feels liminal. So the first level is gonna be based off of fear of big things, or in other words, megalophobia. The second one is gonna be based off of the fear of the unknown. The third level is gonna be about the fear of darkness, and the fourth one is gonna be about nostalgia. There's a very specific reason for why the order is this, but you're gonna have to wait until the end of the video to see. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. So as I said, for the first level, we need to make the player feel small to give them at least a little megalophobia. During the brainstorm with Melon, he sent me this image, which is an underground discharge channel, which is basically a flood control system. And after looking at some more images, I think I can confidently say, no, this is perfect. Now, as you can see, the pattern of these pillars isn't grid-based, rather every second row is shifted a little. So we're gonna have to redesign the procedural generation, but not entirely. You see, I can still use the grid pattern if I just make the floor generate like this with 4 points on it, where the pillars can be randomly placed. So now it was time to actually build some floor patterns and pillars. I decided to go with this dark to light gradient as we are talking about a flat system and more dirt being on the bottom of these chambers, it just makes sense. Anyways, as cool as it looks, it still has some glaring issues, one being that it is very repetitive. So let's add some pillar variants. So now we have normal pillar 1, normal pillar 2, normal pillar 3, mushroom pillar, broken pillar 1, broken pillar 2, not working lights pillar 1, not working lights pillar 2, flashing lights pillar 1, flashing lights pillar 2, mushroom pillar, copper scaffolding pillar 1, 2, 3 and 4, and corroded copper scaffolding pillar. And yeah, now it looks a lot less repetitive, but I still wanted to work on the atmosphere. You see, a good horror map always has ambience, and I think I have the thing just for that. I can also decrease my brightness, and now... Oh yeah, that's really nice. Anyways, as good as it's starting to get, there's still a massive issue with it, and that is being able to see the sky. And while I could just ask the player to lower the random distance, that in theory might cause some complications with the procedural generation, so I decided to go with a different approach. You see, in Minecraft building, there is this technique where you place glass like this to create a fog effect. If I were to recreate this effect with a giant block display, I could theoretically make an artificial fog that'll show even if the player has really high render distance. And yeah, it works beautifully, and it's also kinda cool if I look at it from outside. Anyways, the player is gonna be in adventure mode, meaning they'll slowly lose hunger, but I don't really have any food here, so time to add the feature to solve that. And for this, we're gonna need a scoreboard. You see, scoreboards allow you to detect basically any entity data change, including shifting. So if I just make a scoreboard that detects whenever I crouch, I can make it so whenever I shift to the mushroom, it plays a sound and then the mushroom disappears. Now, instead of playing a sound, we can make it give me a custom mushroom which is edible. So now it gives you a mushroom that fills up half a hunger bar and has a 50% chance to give you poison for a small amount of time. Because, you know, eating random mushrooms off of the floor of an underground discharge channel is probably not the smartest thing you can do. So now, most of level 1 was actually complete, other than a way to get to the next level and a monster of course, but I'm gonna leave the monster to the end of the video, so I think I should make a way to get to the next level. The first step to making it would be to improve the starting sequence. You see, so far the way I generated it is I would press this button and fly up in spectator, but that's not really aesthetic. So I decided to make it put you in adventure mode and after a bit of delay, teleport you up. I also made it summon this invisible armor stand with the tag POI1. The reason why we need this tag is because the way I'll be generating the escape is I'll check if there is a POI1 armor stand in a 500 block radius of one of the floor pan armor stands, and if there isn't, it places the escape structure along with another POI1 armor stand. So it was time to actually build a structure now. I decided to go with this copper scaffolding look, although I did change the spawn radius from 500 blocks to 2000 just to make it a bit harder to find. Anyways, the way you'll enter the next level is as you gradually climb the scaffolding, there's a layer of light 0 blocks, which when detected starts a sequence. First, you start hearing Geiger counter sounds, and then you'll get nausea, and eventually your screen fades and you get teleported. It also removes your level 1 tag and gives you a level 2 tag. However, currently, it just puts you on the roof of the previous level, so it's time for... So I wanted to base level 2 off of the fear of the unknown. And again, during the brainstorming session, I sent in this image, which is an abandoned hallway from Chernobyl. And I think rooms on the side of a really long hallway does give you a bit of a paranoia, because you don't necessarily know what will be in the next room. With that being said, after making a couple hallway variants and making it procedurally generate, we now have an infinite hallway system with ambience. However, while it didn't look bad, I still have one issue. It was really dark. You can't really see any details, and I feel like being immersed in a complete darkness isn't as scary as having a little contrast. Contrast being light. And what better way to add a bit of light than to add a flashlight. So now, in level 1 you can find this chest at the escape, which contains a flashlight in it that can be toggled on and off. Now, level 2 feels a lot scarier. So you might be wondering, how does this flashlight actually work? See, the item is a carrot and a stick with the item model of a spyglass. So by making it a scoreboard that detects whenever you right click with a carrot and a stick, I can make the flashlight toggleable by right clicking. The way it casts a light is it sets every light time block around you to a radius to air, and then places a light time block in front of you as well as to your exact location. And then this process repeats, and there we go, now we have a working flashlight. Anyways, as I said, I'll add the monsters at the end of the video, so now it was time for me to add an escape to level 2. I made this pretty simple. You basically just no-clip into the next level whenever you travel a certain distance from the POI2 armor stand. So now it was time for level 3. This level is also gonna be inspired by Chernobyl, mainly by these maintenance rooms and other rooms which have visible metal supports or pipes in them. The level is also gonna be based on the fear of darkness, so making huge rooms with basically no light is the way to go here. Now currently, as you saw, I only have one place for the room, so it's time to make some more.
Oh, that's sick. That's like the Ross edition sometimes.
Like, why not also randomly set traps? Like, Chernobyl is like radioactive, and
But not on purpose. Like,
it's like.
And after building about 10 rooms, some quicker than others, I finally could make the procedural generation for it. And I gotta say, it is quite the experience with this flashlight. Oh yeah, that's good. Anyways, with that, level 3 was almost complete, I just needed an escape. And because we built these rooms and hallways, I had the idea of making the escape the elephant's foot. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a pile of insanely radioactive stuff that came directly from the melted down reactor in Chernobyl. So why not make it the exit to my next level? So now, when you get from a certain distance from the POI3 armor stand, you may come across this weird copper pile. As you get closer, you start hearing Geiger counter sounds, and eventually you get teleported to... So I want level 4 to be based on nostalgia. And what better way to give the player nostalgia than to replicate the feel of older Minecraft versions. The way I did this is by building a couple old Minecraft village segments and just procedural generating them. And for the finishing touches, I made it play the in-game music just to make it as nostalgic as possible. Anyways, with that, I'm finally done with the physical structure and all the features, but I still need some entities. So for the first level, I only want you to feel paranoid, but there will actually be a monster, so I can skip that. However, on level 2, I want the monster to practically stalk you and disappear when looked at. For this, I switched to 1.21.9, as in this version, they added the mannequin entity. So now, every 30 seconds, there's a chance that the game will summon this Herobrine-looking mannequin, and whenever you get close to it, or you shine your light on it, it disappears with some particles. For level 3, I wanted to add a monster that will chase you around. And I had the totally original idea of adding a smile that chases you around while making noises. This is a totally not stolen idea, guys, it's totally original. Anyways, for level 4, I basically just added Herobrine practically jump scaring you, which I'll show at the end of the video because it's a good outro. With that, I was finally done, and I do think this is more fun to play than to watch, so the download link can be found in my Discord server, and the invite to that is in the description. Anyways, if you don't want to do that, here are some clips of one of my friends playing it.
Holy. Okay, this is sick. There's this actually. Wait, how did I not see this? That looks like promising. How'd the music go away? What? 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 Go. The hell, did a nuclear bomb just go off? What happened? Oh. You know, I don't like this at all. This is really flipping creepy. What's this? Excuse me, Herobrine? Hello? Oh! Oh, it's real! It's real! It's coming after me. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a retry screen?
So, Dork Knight didn't manage to get to the end, but I did fix the night vision and some other issues, so thanks for playtesting. Anyways, here's what was supposed to happen once you get to the end. So, if you're still here, I wanna thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, please consider subscribing, leave a comment if you like, I usually respond to all of them, and have a nice one!